Hello everyone, and welcome to the game of World of Warships. Today it's me again, and I'm in the Pommern, a tier 9 premium German battleship. I'm on the map Okinawa in a 3-point domination game. So we're top tier, which is lovely. There is no carrier, there are only 2 destroyers. Now only 2 destroyers for 3 caps means that there might not be an enemy trying to take C. With our Sims in the center, with our Yugomo at A. Now, I'm not entirely sure what our Sims is doing here. That seems like a pretty aggressive move. I could have easily stayed here on our side and camped without an issue, but for some reason he pushes all the way through here. I'm not sure how close he is to the Buffalo Raider. But yeah, this Sim seems to be getting farmed. Like, it's a shame, because there really wasn't any need for this. And now one of our destroyers is down, so not the greatest start we had, but we do have the A-cap, so that's good. And we have an Edinburgh taking B, demonstrating that if you stay on this side, works a lot better. Now I'm going to pop a Hydro here, because something is capping C. Now the enemy team has the problem that most of the forces are at A, and it looks like they didn't bring a destroyer to. Well, they kind of have the Leningrad there. We will see if the Leningrad goes in there. We don't actually have a radar. I mean, we have radar here in the center where the Leningrad is, but the Leningrad could just sail into A and contest it. Well, okay, he can't, because now he's dead. So it looks like the enemy destroyer is suicided too. Once again, something I don't understand. Why was he here where we have a Missouri and an Atlanta? Why didn't he go to A where he would have been? But I don't know what vision the enemy has, I guess. But once again, if he stuck actually with his team, he could have contested A, maybe been taken A. Instead, he, did stuff in the center, I guess. So, both teams have lost the destroyer. But we got more caps right now. Now the enemy could easily turn this up there in the north, where they could try to push in. They even have a radar to keep the Yugumo busy. And now look at that, we found the Benham. Now Benham will mean lots and lots of torpedoes. Still got 1 minute 20 of Hydro left. We've got an Atlanta coming this way. Well, and there are the torpedoes. So let's see, will I manage to dodge? Yeah, could work. Also, I want to shoot this Scharnhorst that's barely floating. Let's get the shells off. And... torpedo. I'm not sure if I could have dodged this one, but it ran out, so... everything's fine. And obviously I missed the Scharnhorst. So far, nothing exciting has happened here, but with so few enemies here, I can be fairly aggressive. Which is usually not a trait around the C-cap. Usually you can push a lot easier around A because A has some cover, so up here in the north you can at times get some brawling going. And down here it's usually just a lot of long range sniping. Of course, if there aren't that many enemy ships, you can still just be fairly aggressive, because if you're only facing 2 enemies, then only 2 enemies will be able to shoot you. Got some shells out of the broadside Tallinn, and... oh, nice. RNG smiled upon. Now, we are taking the C-cap. The Atlanta behind this island should be fairly safe. So there's nothing that we can do about this. Don't know exactly where the Benham is. If the Benham gets too close, the Atlanta will probably take care of it. Also, my division mate in the Riga is here, so we have even more radar. And really, the best thing here is, you see, we are already running away with points, because we had 2 caps for so long, they had 1. Now this one has been contested for a while, and soon, yeah, we will take it. Now we have 3 caps, and the enemy has so many ships up there, and yet they aren't even trying, right? They are doing their very best to go around it. Which is obviously pretty good for us, because, ship-wise we are even, but once again, people just don't seem to grasp that objectives are actually important. Well, I mean, it's good for us, because, we got them. This gives us a nice little fallback. Like, if we were to lose heavily on ships, we still have a fallback plan of winning by camps. So, the Tallinn, is he gonna zone wall surf? It looks like, maybe he's just trying to turn his ship around there, or maybe he's wants to abuse the hell out of it. We will see. I'm just going for some blind fire there. Now, I have gotten one secondary hit so far. That's a bit sad in a secondary spectre moment. But I got the Tully. That's good. Only overpens, but overpens were enough. Shabat is almost in secondary range, so maybe finally we'll get that brawl going. Meanwhile, the enemy team has realized they can sail actually into A. You see, the thing is, we are still busy down here somewhere. If the enemy team had taken A like 2-3 minutes ago, then they would now be pushing B already, and would put a lot of pressure on us. They might even arrive here in time to actually, you know, get flanking shots into me. Imagine if I'm getting shot from the left side here, then I'd be so dead. But there is no crossfire because there is no enemy on my left. Well, there is technically, but they are so far away that, you know, they don't count. So I'm slowing down a little bit here. It's as long as the Shabat is in my secondary range, everything is fine. He can't really get out of it because he is hugging his zone wall. And once he has been dealt with, then I'll just go towards the center. And he keeps me nicely on fire. Oh, there is a shores. And some enemy doesn't seem to be too happy. Well, it's taken care of. Now let's go for the center. And you see the enemy team is kinda moving for the center, but they aren't really ahead of us there. If the enemy team had actually cared about taking A a few minutes ago, then, as I said earlier, we would have been in, well, probably in bad shape. And oh, look at that. Sometimes even a Pommern can hit a broadside. Well, that was nice. So we are one ship ahead after this very nice chores. I mean, one ship isn't the world. The thing is, we have so many more points. Only now have the enemy actually taken A. Now our Yugumo is kind of trapped up there, especially if the Buffalo is hunting the Yugumo. All the Buffalo needs is like a radar. And the Yugumo has nowhere to escape. And during one Buffalo radar, Buffalo should be easily able to sink the Yugumo. And there is the Buffalo coming around there. Too far away for us to do anything. And our Yugumo has gotten himself trapped. Now, interestingly enough, by the way, the Benham sailed all the way to A at some point. If the Benham would have... I mean, I guess the Benham was afraid of the 12-kilometer radar we had here. If the Benham would have harassed us here while we pushed forward, it would have also been not as easy for us. But now soon comes the brawl for B, and, well, when it comes to brawling, Pommern is definitely gonna shine, and I really should press the heal here. Come on, press the heal. You can do it. Don't look at the destroyers. Press the heal. Any second now. I finally managed to. Oh, look at that. Now the Lenin got the Edinburgh, who was a little bit too broadside, and you see, still only one ship ahead. So ship-wise, they could still easily turn it, technically. But point-size, there's just so much difference there. Unless they sink us all, they don't really have an option. Now, as expected, the Buffalo hunted down our destroyer up there in the north. But the Benham is somewhere towards my left, so I can probably push in here without worrying about Benham torpedoes. The Abruzzi is potentially going to torp me. I don't have a Hydro ready, which, I mean, I could just wait for it, but let's just go for it. I mean, 1 minute is still a rather long time to wait. Abruzzi doesn't have that many torpedoes, so this is fine. When it comes to dealing with the Izumo, I could just like try to... Well, I mean, first let's dodge some torpedoes. And there is the Abruzzi, so secondaries are a go. I can torpedo the Izumo, I don't need to use my main guns for it. I have to be careful, he can get a very juicy salvo there into me. But broadside cruiser, so shells are out. And well, I mean, I'm a Pommern. So, you know, that was a bit of a disappointment. The sumo knows that I have torpedoes, he's trying to reverse out of this. For some reason he hasn't really found my broadside. I have trouble angling against both of those ships, but you know, the sumo is taking interest in me too late. And can we get a double strike? Yes, we can get a double strike with a close quarters. And now we have a broadside Iowa. Come on. Give me those juicy citadels. Well, not quite citadels. Secondaries are even opening up on the Buffalo, but points-wise we just win right now, I guess. Which is a shame, because that means no track. Which brings us to the results. So Edinburgh did really well in this, so nicely done, nicely done. So yeah, got myself a bunch of achievements, and you know, Okinawa is really not the map where you expect too much brawling to happen, especially on the side I was on, but we somehow made it work and I got 231 secondary hits out of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.